Welcome, it's denome, and welcome to This Week in Crypto, or should I say weather forecast for Bitcoin, because we have been scaringly accurate in the past weeks. We were right on this bottom here, and even this line here is almost perfect for this week. So if you remember, I drew this line last week that we will come and retest the all-time highs and then go back here, and then we will go to all-time highs and beyond afterwards. So that's basically my sentiment for this week, is that we are going to go to new all-time highs. Of course, I could be wrong. This is not financial advice, but in this video, we're going to take a look at the fundamentals of Bitcoin, as well as we're going to take a look at the news that happened in the past week in the crypto markets, as well as at the end of the video, I will talk about some of the altcoins that I'm quite bullish on as well, if you want to stick around for that at the end of the video. Anyway, just looking at the chart here on Bitcoin, if we zoom out a little bit, we have been in this massive consolidation pattern, but this is the bottom line of this trend line. And if we zoom out, this is the trend line that we have been respecting for a long time already. So I'm not expecting this to break at all. So if we just follow on this trend line here, then we should get a bounce here back to new all-time highs, and from there, when we are in uncharted territories, that's usually when people jump in back in who have been on the sidelines, and then we can see these big rallies here like we saw after touching the trend line here again. And then afterwards it's a little bit slower times. Bitcoin is taking a break, Bitcoin is even going down, and the crypto markets are going down, but I'm not expecting that for this week. So this week, for me at least, is looking good, or maybe even this week and the next week, and could even be the week afterwards. But anyway, right now Bitcoin is looking good in the technical sense, at least in my opinion. Next, let's talk about some of the news that happened last week and some of the bullish stuff, as well as, well, there's not too many negative stuff going on around right now, at least I didn't see. But anyway, the crypto markets went through and they smashed through $2 trillion in combined market cap. This is of course great, especially when Ethereum broke through the all-time highs. The funny thing in this run is actually that Binance coin went through the all-time high first, and then Ethereum and Polkadot and the other ones followed in the pump. So Binance coin was leading the charge this time. That was just something I noticed. Next, Goldman Sachs is jumping into Bitcoin. I don't know if we have covered this in the past or not, but this is a news article from Nasdaq. So I don't know if they were already in the plans of offering it. I don't exactly remember, but anyway, this is great that more high wealth individuals will have access to Bitcoin through these old time traditional banks. Next, 2% inflation is a myth. Statistics show otherwise. So if we scroll all the way down here, you can see they have stats from equipmentradar.com and shadowstats.com, and it says here that the inflation rate is much higher than 2% on average, because if we take a look at corn, it's up by 80%, oil is up by 80%, corn is up by 70%, steel is up by 140%, wheat is up by 25%, coffee up by 34%, cotton up, copper up, lumber up, soybeans up, home values up, stock market is up. So if everything is up, how can the inflation be 2%? So this is people trying to pull your leg. They are trying to make things look not as bad as they really are in the real world. So inflation is rampant right now, and that's why Bitcoin and crypto are so valued as well. Next, assurance report, and this is something to clear the FUD around again. So Tether stablecoins are fully backed, said by accountants report. So they had another audit by an accountant called Moore Cayman. I think it was their own auditing company. Yeah, it's their own auditing company based in Cayman Islands. So take it with a grain of salt, but most likely the funds are actually backed, because if you take a look at the growth rate of USDT, it is the same growth rate with USDC and other stable coins as well. So it's not looking like the USDT, in my opinion, is that there's any air in it. So there is and always probably will be some FUD around, but for now it's looking like stablecoin USDT is looking good. Next, MicroStrategy is buying Bitcoin once again. The buys from MicroStrategy are getting a little bit smaller now because they already used the bulk of their treasury and now they just buy Bitcoin with their cash from what they generate in cash. They buy Bitcoin. Yeah. Anyway, they bought 15 million Bitcoins and now they have a lot of Bitcoin, 91,000 Bitcoin, and it says here. That's good. He's still accumulating. Then employment searches website show a vast amount of jobs in the Bitcoin and blockchain industry. I think this is interesting and I wanted to highlight this as well, because if you are looking or you're not happy in your current job or you're worried about your current job, there's a lot of job opportunities in if you know Bitcoin or if you know cryptocurrencies or blockchain. As you can see in monster.com, you have almost 2,000 jobs with the term Bitcoin and 3,000 jobs with the word blockchain in it. So if you're a developer, that's really good, but there's also a lot of other opportunities in cryptocurrency space as well. You need, of course, designers there. You need, okay, I will actually just show, because there's a lot of opportunities, for example, on Celsius.network. So they have the business continuity manager here, lending associate, APAC business development generalist, Android developers, project managers, virtual community managers, content writers, controllers, AML, compliance operations, corporate product manager, crypto proprietary trader, cyber intelligence analyst, data engineer. And these are one of my favorite ones, because if you have been following this channel and you have done something on the DeFi space that I have covered in this channel, you might actually be qualified for these jobs. So DeFi client solution specialist, virtual. So this means that probably you don't have to actually move to United States to do it. So you can do it somewhere else as well. A DeFi compliance and risk manager, DeFi transaction monitoring analyst as well, deal evaluation specialist, director of cards. So these are probably the debit cards or credit cards that are coming to Celsius, director of finance, financial operations specialist, and so on and so forth. So a lot of different people are needed here for a lot of different purposes. And this was just, I saw a lot of different opportunities here. So if you are looking to find some new work, might as well work for a cryptocurrency project as well. Next, let's take a look at some of the fundamental stuff for Bitcoin. So if we take a look at the Bitcoin on exchange reserves, as you know, this is one of the charts that we always look at to determine if people want to hold or sell Bitcoin. So whenever this red line is going down, it's good for Bitcoin price potential, as the more people want to actually hold Bitcoin rather than sell it. So this is good that it is going down still, even now when we are nearing $60,000 here. Next, Bitcoin miners position index. So this tells us if the value is above 2, then most Bitcoin miners are selling. But now the average is 0 or even negative. So even miners are accumulating Bitcoin at these prices. So right now it looks like Bitcoin is about to explode quite soon. It has to if the fundamentals keep going this way. So for now, in my opinion, Bitcoin is looking better than ever, basically. So to see Bitcoin jump to new all-time highs this week, I would not be surprised. Maybe it will be pushed next week. Who knows about this on day-to-day levels? But to me, I think we're going to head it to all-time highs anyways. Next, this was quite interesting, and this is just another power of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. So Turkish lira fell 14% against the US dollar, and immediately the Google searches for Bitcoin doubled in that country. So this is one of the driving forces for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in almost every country. Whenever you have a crisis and you want to have something that holds value, what will you buy? And it looks like more and more people will opt to choose Bitcoin during crises. So it looks good for Bitcoin. Unfortunately, I'm not too happy that Turkish lira fell 14%, but this is what happens when you have fiat currencies around the world. Next, this was quite interesting as well, is that Microsoft Xbox users are now asked if they want to pay with Bitcoin. And I don't know if this was a live screenshot or what is it, but I think it was quite interesting as well that we have a question if you want to pay with Bitcoin on Xbox. And this was quite interesting as well. So SNL, which is the Saturday Night Live, they made a sketch about the NFTs in mainstream. So they made a song about this, and more people are getting, of course, exposure to crypto, and these collectors platforms are getting more attraction as well. For UFC will have their own NFT system up, I think. Was it Q2 of this year? I'm not exactly sure. And then you have stuff with the football clubs and a lot of things coming to the NFT space as well. That's pretty cool. And now let's talk about the altcoins. You can see that almost everything here, if you take a look at the last 7 days, is on the green. So last week I told or said that I'm quite bullish for this week, and that's basically what happened. Almost everything is on the green except Bitcoin here, which is basically the same thing as it was a week ago, but that's usually to be expected. What we usually want to do in a bull run is to actually have a lot of altcoins and try to flip altcoins and then scale back into Bitcoin and the stable coins when you are thinking that we might be near the top, or even if we are a little bit below the top that we want to start to scale out. But anyway, Bitcoin is stable, and then Binance Coin went up and Polkadot went up 30% as well. One of the weird things that happened is that Tron actually went up by 100%. So I don't exactly know what happened there, but pretty good if you had some Tron as well. I personally did not have any Tron, but pretty good as well. Then we have Celsius, and this is a coin that I actually wanted to highlight in this video as well. Because if we take a look at Celsius, I actually tweeted about this and I made an announcement in the Telegram channel. If you followed that, then you got this tip that when the price was here about $5, right about here, I said, okay, Sal, time for you to do your thing. And then a few days later, it actually did its thing. So it went up by about 30-40% here. So that was quite nice that it actually followed this strategy that I had set up here, that this trend line here. So we had a really nice bounce from there, and then we smashed through this upper trend line channel here. So now it looks like Celsius has broken the new all-time highs here, and it will be headed for that next phase of its own bull run. And last time it did the same thing here is when we saw a massive move to the upside. So it went up by about 1,600%. Last time we were in a similar situation here. So I don't think we will see 16x for Celsius token. If we see, that will be great. Personally, what I'm looking for is in the short term that we hit this green line at some point. So $11 or $12, or depends when we actually hit it. And then we may see a correction from there. Or if we do just completely smash through the green line here again, then we might actually go to $20 or $28 or something like that. But I don't know how long that actually will take. So we'll see how things go. But in my opinion, Celsius might still be a good idea to get some Celsius because the number of active people who have deposits on Celsius platform actually just crossed 200,000 people, which is 100,000 more than it was in Q1 or the start of Q1 of 2021. So in 3 months, they doubled their user base in 3 months. And that's pretty massive, or pretty big thing in my opinion. And the assets under management actually tripled during this time. And basically from the start of January, the price has just been sideways here. So if you factor in the new growth in the next, by the way, this from here to here was about 3 months, 4 months, about 4 months was this time period here. So if we have another big move with the Cell token for the next 2 or 3 or 4 months, if you factor in all the new people coming here as well, I think we might even have like 300,000 people or 400,000 people after the next 3 or 4 months as well. So we'll see how things go. But in my opinion, Celsius is one of the better coins to hold right now. Then, of course, we have the same tokens that I talk almost every week. We have the Band token that I hold. And there's also a lot of new coins that I bought. So I bought some smaller coins this last week. One was called the stabilized STBZ. Okay, I have to do it here. STBZ is called the stabilized token. They just released on Binance Smart Chain and they had an airdrop. So unfortunately, if you buy the stabilized token now, you might actually miss it. And personally, I really cannot say much good about it because they just had a big release. So if you buy it now, it may actually not be that great. So this is a coin that you can actually analyze on your own if you want to. But the issue here is that when they transferred over to Binance Smart Chain, they actually released a new token which is called the STBB, and that will be on the Binance Smart Chain. And what this token will be doing is help stable coins keep their peg to the $1 ratio. So it will help tokens like BDO or Vi or other stable coins on the Binance Smart Chain. And there's a system how it works. So it may be a good idea to get it or not. The market cap is only like $7 million on STBZ. So that was one of the reasons why I actually bought it. But I can really recommend it, so you can research it on your own if you want to. I have not done that much research on that coin, but I just still bought it. Some other tokens that I bought were VRA. This is a coin that I bought recently. Again, a little bit same situation, that it already went up quite a bit, so cannot really recommend it. And this is almost the same story with almost all the coins I bought last week, that almost all of them already went up quite a bit. It's quite hard to say which ones are good for this week, but some of the coins that I'm currently accumulating are UNCX and SPDO. So a lot of the coins went up last week, except UNCX, and SPDO actually has come down quite a bit, and they are releasing new coins on the multi-peg. So these are the coins that I'm currently accumulating and taking profits into. There was one coin, cards token. This I bought last week, but then the price doubled, so I just sold it. So that's what happened there. I didn't have any chance to talk about it either. It was just a coin that somebody in the Telegram group said that, hey, you should take a look at this. And I took a look at it and I just bought it immediately. It's like a Polka starter on Cardano ecosystem, and they will have their first launch, I think, somewhere during April. But according to their roadmap, the first release should be on Q3 of 2021. So I'm a little bit conflicted of what's going on with the card starter. But anyway, I truly do want to be one of the first people to have exposure to Cardano ecosystem, because as you know, a lot of the coins that are releasing on Polkadot have actually gone up quite a bit, even though they don't have anything running on Polkadot yet. So if you can get into these Cardano ecosystem coins early on, that may be a great strategy. So Cardano starter or card starter, that was a coin that basically had that promise, but the tokenomics are a little bit skewed, as well as the roadmap and what they have been promising is a little bit odd to me right now. So I actually sold this. I might buy it back, but it went up already 2 times, so I don't exactly know if it's a good value or not, but this is a play that I did with Cardano here. CNFI, this also I bought a few weeks ago, I think, that I have probably not talked about in these videos, but this is a coin that I bought. Honestly, I don't know much what they are doing. It was, again, a coin that was talked in my Telegram group. By the way, you can join it if you want to. It's free to join. I haven't done my due diligence yet because the price actually went down, so I wasn't considering selling it yet or buying more, at least now. So I'm just waiting. It's basically just gone sideways for now. I think I need to research this one. One more thing is, of course, the auto token. And this is something which is at the same time a little bit annoying, but also quite interesting. So if you take a look at the total value locked, it's $1.4 billion, but their main competitor, which is the Bunny Cake or Pancake Bunny, they also have $1.4 billion. So Pancake Bunny will probably take the #1 spot in the DEX aggregators on Binance Smart Chain quite soon, in any day now. So Pancake Bunny is great, but the tokenomics here is that they have an infinite supply of bunny tokens. So they don't have a hard cap like AutoFarm has 80,000 tokens, which is the hard cap, but Bunny has an infinite supply. So for that reason, buying Bunny may not actually be a great idea, even though the price can still double or triple or something like that from here. What you can do here is you can farm Bunny with these different pools if you want to farm Bunny, if you want to get in on the Bunny action. It's also audited, so it should be quite good. The cool thing with auto farm, which I just realized, is that the swap which they have here is quite interesting, because the auto swap, it's a DEX aggregator, kind of like 1 inch. And when I was testing this, it's on par with 1 inch, so it's not any better or any worse. It does the same thing. But the cool thing here is actually that this will generate fees for people who stake auto in the future. Currently there's no auto staking, but soon the auto staking will go live. And when you stake auto tokens, you can generate fees from here. But the other cool thing that I just realized is that when they have these vault strategies, these compound multiple times per day. So for example, BNB, I think it compounds like 1,500 times per year, or even more, like 3,000 times per year. I'm not exactly sure how many times, but it compounds multiple times per day. When they do that, there's always fees that they have to pay to swap. That was actually a bad example. Let's use something here like BNB cake pool here. So when they generate fees, they get the cake tokens as a reward, right? So they have to go and sell those cake tokens to get these liquidity pool tokens back. So in that process, there's some losses because of the swapping fees. So when they actually aggregate all of the auto compounding through the DEX aggregator, you will always get the best possible price for each compounding schedule, or every time it compounds, you get the best rate. And also, whenever you auto compound here, the fees from this will go to auto stakers as well. So the auto stakers will benefit from the wall strategies through this DEX aggregator, and auto stakers will also benefit from just other people using this DEX aggregator. So this is pretty cool. If you, let's say you want to swap auto, 1 BNB for auto, you can see it will route it through PancakeSwap, and you get a slightly better rate than you would just get if you were trading on PancakeSwap. I don't know why they can give a better rate for that. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but for some reason, if you aggregate through here, then you will get a better rate than you will get on PancakeSwap. So that's pretty interesting. It's the same thing with 1inch.exchange. If you use that aggregator, it's still better than AutoSwap because it has more decentralized exchanges running on the background, but eventually this should be on par. But anyway, Binance auto token is already got listed on Binance, but unfortunately the price is basically the same as it was a week ago, and it's even a little bit down from a week ago. So I'm still bullish on auto token. If you are curious, I'm still not selling. So we'll see how things go with the auto token, but just realizing how these things actually play together. Previously, I did not exactly understand how the swap benefits the auto stakers and so on and so forth. But now I finally understood, okay, this is how they benefit each other. Okay, I think if there's some coins that you are bullish. Oh, by the way, Orion. If you are holding Orion, just a slight warning I want to give to you is that the price, it already went up quite a bit here. As you can see, we were talking about this when it was like $2. Now it's $25. I personally sold my Orion stack about $6 here. So I missed the whole train here to the upside. I was just too impatient with this. But the slight warning I want to give to you is that there will be a token release on 16th of April for Orion tokens. So a lot of the early investors will get another airdrop of Orion tokens. So some of them probably will want to sell it to capture the massive price growth that it has had. So personally, I'm actually looking to enter back into Orion after 16th of April. So if you are bullish on Orion, just want to let you know that on 16th of April, they will have a airdrop to the early investors. So personally, I'm looking to get back into Orion, but not before that airdrop. So just that for Orion. What else is there to say? Waxby is actually down a little bit, might be interesting. Audios is a protocol that I was considering buying, but I had it for a while, but then I just sold it because I wasn't sure if it's gonna be a winner or not. It might still be a winner, so I might trade it, but that's something that I'm currently looking into. Something else, I don't know. It's right now. It just seems like it doesn't really matter what you pick. Almost everything is going up either 20% per week, or they are doing nothing, or they just have a correction. So buying the things that have a correction at the right time, that's typically a good idea for these bull runs. So you may have completely different coins than me, but you can still make a lot of gains. And if you exit these coins too fast, like me in Orion, you can actually miss a lot of the gains as well. So for swapping and changing and trying to trade this market may not always be a best idea. So for that reason, like one of my biggest holdings right now, I will make a portfolio update, but one of my biggest holdings all through this period has actually been Cell token. And this is a token I've been accumulating for a long time already. So I'm quite happy to see it go up, but this is to be expected. Sometimes coins go sideways, and then during a bull market, eventually they will break to the upside and then start another leg up. And if you have a coin that already done a multiple X, you might actually want to scale out of that one into coins that are in a boring phase and haven't done much for a long period of time. I think that I've gone long enough already. I hope you found some use for this video. Let's see if Bitcoin actually will break the all-time highs this week. That would be pretty epic. But anyway, I hope you have good luck this week, and I hope you make good trades, as well as try not to get wrecked. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Consider subscribing, and I will see you on the next video.